welcome back to the farm. I'm Nina. If you're new here, welcome. I am so glad that you're here. I'm a homeschooling, homesteading mom of 4. I'm married to Daniel, and here on my channel we talk all about homeschooling, homemaking, and homesteading. Today I have a homeschooling video for you. We're going to talk about our term 2 update. So we have just finished our 12th week of school and we're moving into our 13th week of school. We've taken a week off for a fall break, and we have 6 more weeks until Thanksgiving and Christmas break. I can't believe it's that time of year already, but we are here. And so I'm just going to give you guys a little update from where I left you off last time. We were having some issues about how to structure our day, and just with my oldest associating morning time with hard struggle stuff of like reading and phonics. So we flopped our days of how we were doing things. We moved morning time downstairs into the library so it was more relaxed, and that's been going really well. He actually told the pediatrician 2 weeks ago when we went for his 8-year-old checkup that his favorite part of school was our read aloud time and our morning time and that type thing, which surprised me because he doesn't ever act like he's paying attention. But when I'm reading, I can stop and ask him a question and he always knows what I'm talking about. So it's getting in there, whether I think it is or not. But that's been going really well, and just keeping with the things in morning time, and then we move up here and start working on our geography group work and then our individual work. So what has changed, and I think I mentioned this in my last video, is that we were changing language arts curriculums. So I did that, and we switched to language lessons of a living education. I have a flip through of that, and I will post that in a card up here if you want to check that out. So we are using level 3 and level 2. 3 is for the 3rd grader and 2 is for the 2nd grader. So I took it out and took the book apart and put it in this notebook so that we could keep using it over and over again. The kids really like it. Their lessons are really short, and I think it's going over well, especially with my oldest, that he's not feel like he's being bogged down by his struggle subject, which is language arts and reading. And it's just a very gentle approach, yet gets enough in there too. We also do Explode the Code, so he gets some of the phonics work through that. But I've been very pleased with that so far. So I think if it keeps working, we will keep using it. Not much else has changed since then. We are still working on some attitudes with school and how that's related, and a lot of that falls back on me. If I'm having a bad attitude, then the kids are gonna have a bad attitude and they're gonna have a bad day as well. So I'm trying to be more diligent about getting up before they do, getting my day started, spending some time with the Lord in my Bible study and a devotional book that I'm going through, and just having some time to like pray and think over our day. And when I do that, our day runs better. When I don't, we have train wrecks of a day, and it's hard to kind of bring the day back on. And I've tried to group also like our days when we're off doing, when I have to run errands or we have other things such as extracurriculars to do or appointments. I try to group those days together so that we have at least 2 days at home, like completely at home. We don't leave any of those days, so that if we have to push and move things around throughout the week, we can move them to those days that we're at home. And I'm also trying to make sure that we are done by lunch. There are a few times that we have to come back up here in the schoolroom and maybe tackle all about reading or something like that, or we have to do a math sheet that we didn't get done or something. But usually it's not more than about 30 minutes to 45 minutes, and then they're done for the day. I've found that when we had to make school, when I try to cram too much stuff in and make school an all-day affair, that I lose them. And it was squashing their love of learning, and I didn't want to do that. My kids may be behind what their grade level is, but I'm not so concerned with that right now. We will address that in later older elementary and maybe middle school. but I'm not worried about that right now. I want them to learn to love learning and to discover things for themselves. So that's what I'm trying to work with. Also on Fridays, we are continuing, I can't remember if I mentioned this in the last video or not, but we're trying to do something like Fun Friday, where we drop kind of we're doing My Father's World, Exploring Countries and Cultures as a family. And so we drop that and we do something else. So I will let them discover whatever. They'll come to me with a topic and they'll discover whatever they want. We did building or mapping out a city. So we went and did a field trip of our downtown area, and they mapped out the city. They drew it on paper on the floor, and then they had to build the building. So something just kind of completely different than what we're studying at home. Because of the election coming up, we are going to start doing an election study, and we will probably do that on Fridays. I've bought some materials for that, so in my next term update, I will share how all of that went as well. And that's pretty much it. We are just kind of trying to make learning fun again, and trying to focus on that and focus on some of the heart issues and character issues that we have going on. We are going to move forward and with a few things for my oldest for his attention span and focus, but we're going to try to move forward with like a more natural approach with that. And so when I know what that is, I will share that. So maybe it's helpful for other moms that have kids that are like that, if they're struggling with something too. And if you have any tips for what you use if you have any tips for what you use that are more like natural and homeopathic for focus and attention for a boy, let me know. I would greatly appreciate that. But as I said, we are trying to do things that are more hands-on and get them outside on a daily basis. So this is a bunch of rambling, but I just wanted to drop in and give a quick update as we move into our third term. So like I said earlier, we have 6 weeks, and then we are breaking for Thanksgiving and Christmas. We will be out for 6 weeks over the holidays, and then we'll come back with our last half of the year. I can't believe that we are already flying through this year. It doesn't seem like it some days, but we are. And I hope you guys are having a good and successful homeschool year. Tell me about it down in the comments. I would love to hear about it. And if you haven't already, please subscribe so that we can spend more time together. And if you like this kind of content, give it a thumbs up. And I will see you again very soon in another video. Bye, guys.